Hello, it's G. I'm back in the woods, and I've had to make myself get out of the house to come here because the woods is where I come to when I need clarity, peace, an answer. I know that God is everywhere and in everything. But there's just something special about coming to the woods and to my bench and just sitting and talking to God and the universe. So a lot has been happening. A lot of positive things have been happening. And the only reason I'm sounding how I'm sounding is because it's a doggy. I'm a little bit hello. It's a doggy. That's okay. Hello, how are you? Morning. That's the second dog I've met today on my walk. The first one was called Max, and I met him while I was adjusting my leggings. I literally had pulled up my top and I was hoiking up my leggings. So I'm here today because I've got a job interview today. I secured the job interview last week while I was in my benefits meeting at the job center, and I think I've mentioned this before where I'm just looking because I'm looking at the clouds. It's just so beautiful. There's a lovely opening here when I look up, so which is probably why I like this bench, because then I can just sit and look. My shoulder's a bit painful, so this is why I'm looking like what's that lady in EastEnders? Was her name Tanya? Not Tanya. I forgot. The lady that used to put her hair up, and she had about 55 children. I can't remember. Anyway, so I secured the job interview. I got the job interview today. I told the agent that he should call me this morning to go over the usual stuff. And again, I interview really well, and I know what I need to do for interviews. But oh, it's a bird. But you can tell how scatty I am today, and how I'm trying to avoid talking about what I want to talk about, which is why I had to come to the woods, because I had to process what I'm feeling. So the word that came to mind when I was trying to describe to myself what I was feeling was reticent. So I'm going to leave you to look that up. Reticent. 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 That's the word that came to mind. And even I had to Google it. And I was like, yep, that's what I'm feeling. And so the agent called this morning. I was like, yeah, the usual, okay. And then I looked at the company website. And then I looked at the profiles of the founders. And it's very much a job I would like, very much. Because, before I was like, I'll take any job. And then it became, I have to be very particular about the job I'm looking at. And then with all these other opportunities that are coming up, I remember my mentor, who I spent pretty much all weekend with, well, one of my mentors, before the rest of you start getting jealous. Um, she's now attained the unicorn status in my heart, and that's a very, I think so far only 2.5 people have that position. So the third one is almost going to get their unicorn certification. So I spent pretty much all weekend with her, and I already know what she would say if I spoke to her, because I was so tempted to walk to her house, but I know exactly what she would say. I saw her yesterday, and I know exactly what she would say if I tell her what the problem is, or what I'm perceiving to be a problem, and it's to do with focus. Now, all the stuff I've been working on over the weekend are going great. She's really pushed me way beyond my comfort limits, and I'm doing stuff. In fact, I'm launching something today. Yes, that's right. I'm launching my business today. Well, she says I launched it on Friday, but I'm launching it officially today. And I've always said I still want to have a 9 to 5, because I want to earn money. I just want to earn money because, like I said before in my last video, it's essential that you have your own money as a woman. So I still want to earn. And so this job, when I looked at their website, it's a company I really like. I really like what they do. I really like how they do it. From what I've read so far, I've put 2 and 2 together in the stories of the founders, where they met and then they came together and set up a business. And I think the issue for me, I even like one of the charities they support. Like, there's a charity they support that's aimed at girls and women, and the whole inequality. It's just, so I've already reached out to the charity owner lady that, please, if there's any volunteering opportunities, I'd like to volunteer. So, but then, okay, so I've looked at the company, I've looked at what they do, and then I allowed a thought to creep into my mind, which was how I felt after I interviewed for the first time, or looked into the company, my last company that I got made redundant. And I remembered having that same feeling like, oh, this is a great company to work for, and this, and blah, blah, blah. I can learn this, I can learn that. Because again, I'm not only looking at earning, I'm looking at learning. So whenever any of you is looking for work, please make sure those 2 things are there. Is it raining? I think so. Learning and earning. So it just took me back to those feelings of how I felt when I was applying for this other job. I was getting to the next stage of interviews, and then I got the job, and the first day was perfect. So it just took me back to that, and I just thought, oh, I don't want, obviously I'm human, so I'm like, I don't want to be too into this company and then it's not what I don't know the words. This video is back to my original MO for YouTube, which is just bleh, and then hopefully make some sense when I'm finished. So, but because I'm trying to do proper due diligence, I think the last thing I've got opened up on my screen at home is the company accounts for the company, because I need to make sure they're making money. Because the reason I lost the last one, I was made redundant, is because they were making a loss and they couldn't afford me. Correct, they couldn't afford me. I don't come cheap. So now I'm trying to, how should I put this? I'm trying to decide not decide how the interview is going to go, but I'm trying to suss it out. And the agent doesn't even know how many stages the interview is going to be. He doesn't know. And the interviews with the fractional CFO, no, the fractional finance director, and the only other thing I've seen there is a finance assistant. So the job in itself, I know I can do the job, but it's that thing of like, I interview well, but doesn't mean I enjoy doing it. And I think if it's for somewhere where I didn't think there was a lot of opportunities in the future, because again, I'm thinking future, can I see myself in this company long term? I can, and I just don't know. It's almost like I don't know what to pray for, I don't know what to ask for. And this is why I always do my company research for the role I'm applying for, I'm interviewing for, just before the interview. The interview's at 2 o'clock today, and it's now, oh, it's raining. I don't know what time it's like 11 something, I don't know. So when I left the house, I actually put on some music because I've already done my daily Bible reading today. So I put on some music because music for me, I always get answers from music, always, and I have a spiritual uplifting playlist. So I listen to Travis Green, Be Still and Know. That I listen to very often, but I listen to it about 3-4 times today. And then I listen to Mary Mary, Catch Me, because at the beginning of that song it says something like, hero, villain, even at my best, I'm still my worst enemy, or something like that. And if we all take time to talk to ourselves, we know that most times we're the obstacles in our own way. And I know that. So, and then I put it on shuffle, and I listened to a song called Orimi by this, I think his name is he Ayomide? It might be Ayomide. But he spells it in a very annoying way that people used to spell their Nigerian names back in the early 2000s. So he's Ayomide, but with like an H at the beginning. And it's basically like a song of lament to God. Like, you know, that's the way I interpret it anyway. And it's in Yoruba, but there's also English bits there. And then the last song I listened to as I walked into the woods was Recovery. It's called Recovery. I'm going to put all the songs I've talked about, I'm going to put their screenshots or something at the end of this video. But that one says very clearly, quitting is not an option. And you know how sometimes you just need a word, a phrase, something. And I'm like, okay, I'm not quitting, I'm just... And I was glad that I listened to that song while I was out of the house walking. It stopped raining. While I was out walking, because there's another line in the song that says, just put one step in front of the other. And that's exactly what I was doing. So that's all I have for today. There's a lot happening, and I'm trying to pay attention. I'm trying to make sure God is first in everything. I'm trying to listen to what I'm being told in my heart. And I don't have any fear. Fear is banished. But I'm still human, and I still, you know, sometimes it still tries to dethrone the faith, you know, part of me. Because the book I'm reading, The Outwitting the Devil, says there's two things that occupy the body, fear or faith. So you have to decide which one is on your throne at any point in time. Where are you operating from? Are you operating from fear or from faith? I'm definitely operating from faith, but again, the issue I have with faith is that it's blind faith. But you know, as they say, if God were to show you the plans he had for you, you'd be like, no thank you, I'm okay here, just doing my little thing here. But I don't know what I've got out of this rant, but I've got something, I think. Well, I have peace. Peace over everything. I've got peace. Because I'm in the woods and I'm on my favorite bench. And it's rained a little bit. I hope this makes some sort of sense to somebody today. And look out for my mini announcement today. It's not the big announcement. It's just a mini announcement. A seed just dropped from there, and that actually hurts. That was my arm. Ow. It's like being stoned. Maybe it's a message from God. Okay. Anyway, have a lovely day, whatever you're doing, and I'll keep you posted. Okay. Peace and love.